Dr. Andre Santos and the awakening of Victoria Blackwood in the pristine halls of Mount Sinai Hospital. Dr. Andre Santos, a 27-year-old black neurologist, adjusted his stethoscope and entered room 312. At the door, Dr. Catherine Wellington's sharp voice cut through the air. "Are you sure this young man should be tending to our most important patient?" Her words, laced with skepticism, echoed down the fifth-floor hallway. Andre, used to such digs after 3 years of residency, kept his composure. "Dr. Wellington, Victoria Blackwood's vitals have improved significantly under my care these past 2 weeks." Wellington's icy gaze lingered, unimpressed. "The Blackwoods donated $4 million for our pediatric wing. We can't afford mistakes." The implication was clear. Andre, a scholarship graduate from a public university, was an experiment in their eyes. Victoria Blackwood, 25, heiress to a real estate empire, had been comatose for 4 months after a yachting accident. Her privileged family treated doctors like servants, especially those who didn't look like them. Andre entered Victoria's room, where soft light filtered through expensive curtains. Surrounded by fresh flowers from high society friends, she lay motionless, sustained by machines. But Andre, armed with a Johns Hopkins neurology degree and a thesis on altered states of consciousness, had noticed subtle signs others missed. Feline movements, shifts in breathing, microreactions to stimuli. "Good morning, Victoria," he murmured, changing her surgical dressing. "I know you're in there." Unbeknownst to Andre, Victoria had been conscious for 3 weeks, trapped in her body, hearing every word, including the prejudiced remarks about the inappropriate doctor caring for her. For the first time, her privileged world was cracking, revealing the sting of judgment. As Andre checked her pupils, he noticed a pattern suggesting significant brain activity. His heart raced. This could be a breakthrough. But the door burst open. Margaret Blackwood, the family matriarch, stormed in with her son Richard and Dr. Wellington. "What are you doing?" Margaret snapped. "Performing a neurological exam," Andre replied calmly. "Victoria is showing promising signs." Richard scoffed. "Signs our experienced doctors missed? Convenient." Andre's credentials, 2 published papers on consciousness, a Johns Hopkins degree, meant little to them. Wellington cut in. "Perhaps you should focus on patients more suited to your experience." The insult was clear: less wealthy, less white. Andre noticed a spike in Victoria's heart rate on the monitor. She was listening, reacting to the prejudice. "Mrs. Blackwood," he said firmly, "Victoria may be more conscious than you think. She's likely hearing every word." The room fell silent. Margaret's authoritative facade wavered, a flicker of guilt in her eyes. Reluctantly, Andre was removed from the case, replaced by Dr. Harrison, a diplomat more than a neurologist. But Andre didn't stop. In his small apartment, he compiled evidence, notes, monitor screenshots, videos of Victoria's subtle responses. He consulted Dr. James Wilson, his Johns Hopkins mentor, who confirmed his findings. "She's been conscious for weeks," Wilson agreed, reviewing the data. Andre uncovered something darker. Dr. Harrison's initial diagnosis ignored clear neurological signs, and his medications may have prolonged Victoria's coma. Worse, financial records suggested the Blackwoods wanted her unconscious to control her inheritance. A.S. Harrison proposed risky experimental surgery at Margaret's urging. Andre acted. He contacted Dr. Patricia Reeves of the State Medical Board in an investigative TV program. Using advanced techniques from Johns Hopkins, he secretly communicated with Victoria during late-night visits, confirming her awareness with hand squeezes. She was desperate to expose her family's scheme. The showdown came at a hospital meeting. Harrison, flanked by the Blackwoods, pitched the dangerous surgery. Andre entered with Reeves, Wilson, and a cameraman. "You're about to make a catastrophic mistake," he said, presenting his evidence. Recordings of Harrison's incompetence, financial documents tying the Blackwoods to the hospital, and proof of Victoria's consciousness. The room froze as Andre played a live feed from room 312. Victoria, awake after 3 days, spoke clearly. "Dr. Santos saved my life. He saw what no one else did. My family and Dr. Harrison nearly killed me with their arrogance and prejudice." Reeves suspended Harrison immediately. The Blackwoods faced financial investigations for bribery and tax evasion. Andre was promoted to head of neurology, his research fully funded. Victoria, now his ally, launched the Santos Blackwood Foundation for Medical Justice, exposing discrimination and funding underserved students. 6 months later, Mount Sinai's neurology department, once a bastion of elitism, was a beacon of meritocracy. Andre's protocols saved countless lives, and his mentorship program trained diverse doctors judged solely on talent. Victoria, transformed by her ordeal, became a force for change. Her first legal victory, securing $8 million for a wrongfully fired doctor, AKT, the National Neurology Congress. Andre's keynote address drew standing ovations. "True strength," he said, "is becoming so excellent that prejudice can't touch you." In the front row, Victoria smiled, knowing their unlikely alliance had rewritten the rules. The Blackwoods' empire crumbled, their names synonymous with scandal. Harrison, stripped of his license, sold medical equipment, a shadow of his former self. Meanwhile, Andre and Victoria built a legacy of justice, proving that competence and character outshine bias. Young doctors facing discrimination now ask, what would Dr. Santos do? The answer: be undeniable.